Yeah. Is Zayn in the 1D group chat? He unfortunately is not in the 1D group chat. As he's no longer in 1D, which, you know, that's part of the must for being in the group chat, I guess.
We all like keep in touch and that, and
Same.
But actually, weirdly enough, I spoke to Zayn about 3 weeks ago. We had a big conversation on text and stuff, but Zayn's the kind of fella that changes his number every 5 minutes.
Boy, Zayn's obviously nominated tonight. Any chance you've seen him tonight?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I haven't spoke to him in a few months or whatever, and haven't seen him in a while. So I'm looking forward to it.
Kind of like a playful bit of competitiveness about like I want to be the best in that amongst each other.
You know what? I actually just spoke to Niall a couple of days ago. The truth of it is, it's not even like that, to be honest. I wish it was a bit more like that. We just really support each other, and I even spoke to him the other day. I was saying to him, I'm really proud of, like how well his music's doing. It's almost like an older brother watching him, and it was cool to have that conversation with him. So, yeah, we support each other. There's no real...
Favorite song at the moment? I really like this song, Zayn and.
They're my brothers, Niall, Liam, Louis, and Ringo.
Reaction to Harry Styles calling Zayn Malik Ringo during his SNL monologue last month.
We're not even at Plead the Fifth yet.
Yeah.
No, I think it's just a funny joke at the end of the day. I mean, obviously, you know, Zayn's circumstances for leaving were his own, and it's a different situation for all of us, and I suppose we deal with it in a different way.
It was hard, you know. Part of it was kind of like we were sad someone had left, but also sad that he was not enjoying it so much that he had to leave.
Well, that is when Zayn left.
Yeah.
Zayn left and came out with Pillow Talk.
Yeah.
We get it.
Yeah, exactly.
And the same, Harry's.
I mean, you know, he was talking a bit of crap about the band and whatever else, but I don't believe that he thinks that's real.
I don't either.
No, it's just I don't know. I don't really understand that, but you know, we'll talk.
I messaged actually just recently just to congratulate him. It's an amazing thing. Like you hear it all the time. Becoming a dad is such an amazing thing. So. For Zayn and Gigi, yeah.
Zayn had an absolute smash with Pillow Talk. It's a weird feeling to see us all on our own, but it's also nice to feel like you got the support of the other lad. They're smashing.
As who's released their solo records, what track's been your favourite from all of the boys?
I would say Zayn's song was my favourite.
Pillow Talk.
Yes, because it's my style of music.
Yeah. I have to ask the Zayn question because the last time
you got into the pressy section.
Well, the reason I have to ask is because last time we spoke, Louis, which was just after your mum's death, you spoke to me and it was very sweet about how your mum had sorted this reconciliation out between the two of you because you were best friends for a period when you were in the band. And since then, Zayn released a track called Good Years, which was described as a 1D diss track. And you said you were proper confused and you called him a hypocrite.
You bang on everything,
that.
aren't you?
So I just wondered, has the relationship soured again?
Truthfully, it never really got better, to be honest. It never really got better. I had a couple of calls with him after I lost my mum. And, you know, all the boys had agreed to come to that performance, you know. And he didn't show, so that really bugged me. You know, the performance I did with Steve at the X Factor, and everyone showed. You know, it was a moment of, I got goosebumps now. It was like just seeing everyone there, Harry, Niall, and Liam. That was what I needed that night, that support. So on the other end of the spectrum, it kind of really showed. So hey, I hope he's all right. But
and was that a sign to you that he wasn't going to be part of 1D's future? Because some people do hope that one day all five of you would get back together.
I mean, that's a more difficult question than are we going to get back together one day? Because I would say with all certainty that we are. Now, as a five, it's a different question, and it's a hard question to answer because where I'm at now, with I feel like I need to be a little bit more mature before I can make a realistic decision.
As a woman in this video, and I had been off and filmed my scene as Leroy when I've got like the pink headband on and playing a really like camp choreography, which was a lot of fun. But I can remember walking back into like the glam room, like the makeup room, and I'm like walking over, and as I walk, like Zayn looks perfectly normal from the back, and then when I turned the corner, he had a pair of boobs. It was a really surreal moment in life where I just kind of turned around and not to look at his boobs, but I did because they were there.
Zayn Malik make you feel? Here in a leather jacket, but no shirt.
Yep.
I think that
it's a nice combo.
That would be too sweaty for me.
Personally, for me, that would be a little too sweaty.
Little too sweaty. I heard that all the boys got in touch with you for the film, and that's dead nice.
Yeah.
I heard that on the entertainment news here on Radio 1. Heart's gone to a stable 67. We're spotting a pattern here. If you know them, if you trust them, it's the same level.
You made a joke on Saturday Night Live. You didn't mention the Zayn's name. He was the first one to leave One Direction.
Yes.
You called him Ringo, which I thought was particularly funny. But were you angry when this guy decides to suddenly leave the band? Was that an insult to you? Was that something that he should not have done?
I don't know if I could say it's something he shouldn't have done, because I just didn't feel that way. So,
Right.
So it's hard for me to like condemn it, because I don't, and especially in hindsight, looking at it now, the last thing that I would have wanted is for him to have stayed there if he didn't want to be there.
But maybe he could have handled it better.
Yeah, I think like it was a shame. It was a shame, and like it was like in a tour, and I think if he'd come to us and maybe kind of discussed it a little more, we might have found a way to kind of do it a little smoother. But ultimately, if you don't want to be there, then you don't want to be there, and
But you don't do it in the middle of the tour. You try to be a little professional and say, "Hey, we've sold some tickets here. People are expecting to see us," and then let's sit down and talk about it. I think what you're saying is, even though you're young at that point, there is a way to conduct yourself.
I mean,